Documents have been released which raise questions about why Coventry City Council spent millions of pounds of taxpayers' money taking on the mortgage debts of the city's Ricoh Arena.
The decision was taken last year while ACL, the company which owns the stadium, was involved in a bitter row with Coventry City Football Club over rent. New details about the process has led one group of Sky Blue supporters to set up a political party to stand in local elections to try to question the council further. Daryl Murphy has been investigating.
Two sides in a fierce legal battle. Coventry City Football Club and Coventry City Council. The prize? Control over the future of the Ricoh Arena and the revenue it can generate. Whilst this row's been continuing, Sky Blue supporters haven't seen their team play here since May last year. Many fans blame the club's current owners, Sisu, and have refused to travel more than 30 miles to the club's new temporary home in Northampton. But new documents recently released raise new questions as to Coventry City Council's involvement in the row and the way in which they've spent millions of pounds of taxpayers' money. Coventry City Council says it helped pay to build the Ricoh for the good of the local area and owns half of ACL, the company which runs it. The other half belongs to the Higgs Trust, a local charity. But in 2012, as a dispute with the football club over rent continued, ACL got into financial difficulty. The club's owners Sisu put forward a deal to buy the Higgs Trust share of ACL and offered to pay off the stadium's mortgage. Instead of accepting, the council then took what it described as a bold and radical decision. It paid out £14.4 million to Yorkshire Bank and took on the stadium's mortgage debts by itself, saying it would benefit taxpayers and secure the site's future. But newly released documents showed the council valued those debts at £6.4 million. That amount would have been calculated on the basis of what ACL would realistically be able to pay back. These new documents show a council determined to purchase the mortgage and therefore gain control of the stadium without the club's knowledge. Bids of £6 million and £12 million were rejected by Yorkshire Bank before the council paid £14.4 million. A senior official at Coventry City Council wrote in confidential emails, "There is very significant animosity towards Sisu. This action is likely to be regarded by Sisu as very hostile. We may be able to persuade them to put the club on the market." We showed these documents to an independent expert who believes they do raise questions.
They have to ask themselves, and probably the voters will be asking themselves, if we're sinking all this money into a business, is there going to be a good return on it? And if there is, then it's justified. But if there isn't, then they'll be asking, well, why are you not spending it on roads, on housing, on schools, on health services?
These new questions have led one group of fans to set up a political party which would stand in local elections in May. Their aim to question the council as to what went on.
We've gone against every single party, not political party, actual party in this dispute, against the owners, against the Football League, the FA. You know, there's been protests outside Northampton ground, there's been one protest outside the council house. We need to keep the pressure on all sides. In this case, councillors are vulnerable to public opinion. We want people to ask the question, have they done their job properly?
This week, the Ricoh has been hosting an event for the triple glazing industry. It has no football club, and despite making a profit in the last financial year, questions remain over whether it will ever be able to pay back the £14.4 million taxpayers have lent its owners. In June, a High Court judge will decide if the City Council acted in the right way. Until then, for Coventry fans, the road back to the Ricoh is as far away as ever. Daryl Murphy, ITV News.
Now, what was Coventry City Council's response to these papers?
Well, they're not commenting ahead of this High Court decision. That will be happening in June. It will be a judicial review at the High Court in Birmingham. That will last for 3 days. In the past, though, Coventry City Council have strongly denied that by loaning this £14.4 million, that amounted to illegal state aid. They've also previously called for the entire case to be thrown out completely.
OK, Daryl, thank you very much.
A man from the region is among